Okay, so this is a past paper IB question from May 2025. What we have here, we have a 5-mark question in a non-calculator paper. So the function is f of x is 4x cubed over 3 minus 16x, where x belongs to all real numbers. That corresponds to all real numbers. And the graph has a local minimum at point p comma q, where p is a positive number. Clearly, that has been given because if after the work we are doing, we end up with two different values for p, we're only going to accept the one that's kind of like positive. Now, the fact that we have a local minimum point, the same would apply to the local maximum point, right? That means that the derivative at that point p has to be equal to 0. So what we have to do, we're going to have to find the derivative of f of x. So let's do that first. The derivative of f of x is going to become 4x cubed over 3 minus 16x derivative, which is going to become 4 times 3x squared over 3 minus 16. The 3 with the 3 is going to cancel out each other, and we're going to end up with 4x squared minus 16. Now, by setting that equal to 0, we're going to find the possible values of p. So that would mean that we want to solve the 4x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. Now, that's quite convenient because we always want to factor, right, and put it equal to 0. So if I factor out the 4, that's going to become x squared minus another 4 is equal to 0. Obviously, 4 cannot be 0, so we have x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. There's a couple of different ways of doing that. I think best way would be to factor that as x minus 2 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. And that will give us two answers, that x is equal to 2 or x is equal to negative 2. Remember, we've been given that p is positive, so this is the one we're going to accept, and this is the one we're going to reject. So now that we have the value for the p, what we can do, we can calculate the corresponding value for the q. Let's just put this a bit out of the way. So to find the value for the q, I'm going to have to find, because the p comma q, there we go, p comma q, now we know it's going to be the 2 comma f of 2, right? So that f of 2, we're going to calculate it here. F of 2 is going to be 4 times 2 to the power of 3 over 3 minus 16 times by 2. That's going to become 4 times 8 over 3 minus 32. So 4 times 8, that's going to give me 32 divided by 3 minus another 32. And that should be our final calculation to do for this one here. 32 divided by 3, it's not possible. So what we're going to do, we're going to multiply this one by 3 and divide by 3. So that's going to become now 32 minus 96 over 3, and that final part is going to become negative 64 over 3, and that should be a final answer, p comma q. That's going to become the 2 comma negative 64 over 3.